It was Sunday evening when Henrico, Hanover, and Chesterfield counties all received notice that Richmond's Department of Public Utilities released higher than normal levels of fluoride into its water system. But they didn't get that message from the city. Rather, they learned from other agencies.
Anytime there's an operational issue that impacts water quality or water service, we'd like to know as soon as possible in a timely manner so we can make sure we have our operations adjusted to handle any of those issues.
The city's DPU says the fluoride overflow happened 5 days earlier on Wednesday as it was installing a new pump. While the fluoride levels exceeded the typical standard, they did not reach a point that would cause major health and safety concerns. Hanover DPU Director Matt Longshore says the county immediately began testing once it learned of the problem and did not find any regulatory non-compliance.
We're continuing to do testing. We'll do testing at our entry point with the city for the remainder of the week and maybe thereafter. But at this point in time, there's no cause for concern.
But where there is concern is the communication aspect. Why did it take 5 days to alert regional partners that rely on the city's water supply? In a statement, Henrico County said it was discouraged by the repeated operational failures and communication breakdowns associated with Richmond's water treatment plant. Richmond Mayor Danny Avula said he too was disappointed in the communication failure, saying it damages the work he's doing to rebuild trust, especially after January's water crisis.
As far as the lapse in this incident, that's a question for the city.
We did ask several questions to the city, like when did leadership learn of the fluoride issue, who was responsible for reporting it to the state and counties, and what accountability measures will be taken in response. We're still waiting to hear back. Councilmember Sarah Abubakar says she appreciates the work that the mayor and the new DPU director are doing to address systemic operational challenges, but she says the city's communication leaders are not doing their jobs.
They should be able to rely on the communicators in City Hall to transmit information to our important stakeholders, and it's just not happening. Again, we don't have to be perfect at everything, but we do have to be communicative. And we have told not just our residents, but the residents of the greater Richmond area that that's what we were going to do, and we haven't followed through on that. And that is disappointing is an understatement.
The Virginia Department of Health, Richmond's drinking water regulator, which should be notified of this kind of thing, says it learned about the incident through another state agency's Emergency Operations Center, and then VDH reached out to Richmond's chief operator themselves to confirm. You may remember in January leading up to the water crisis, investigations found the city did not report the critical nature of its water treatment plant emergency until it was too late. Longshore says since then, communications have improved, aside from this issue.
And ultimately, you still have confidence in the city's ability to communicate with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we're working on communications.
This afternoon, the city announced that new testing results affirmed the water is safe to drink. Meanwhile, VDH says it plans to issue a notice of alleged violation to Richmond for not complying with reporting requirements. Now, this would mark at least the third notice of alleged violation that the city has received just this year so far. The other two, of course, associated with the January water crisis. In Richmond, I'm Tyler Lane, CBS 6 News.